What is up, guys? It is the 46th episode of the Post Pro podcast, itching closer and closer to that 50th episode. That'll be a lot of fun.
Close.
Yeah, but I just want to start this episode off by giving a shout out to this guy on YouTube, Something Brutal is his name. He left a comment on one of our videos, and I was like, hey, we never get comments on our videos. It was the one we did on the cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover. He gave us some film recommendations. He said The Devils, which is actually from 1971, Phase 4, which is a movie about radioactive ants.
It's the ants, yeah, right.
Yeah. I kind of want to see that. It seems like
Yeah, me too.
A film called Colossus, a George Romero movie called Night Riders, and a film.
Oh, fucking Night Riders is sick, dude.
Yeah. Oh, and Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. So, thanks for the comment.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Was it literally just he just gave us movie recommendations? Was that the
he gave us his thoughts on the cook, the thief, his wife, and her lover, and
who was he aligned with? Did he like it? Or
yeah, he said he liked it, so he was definitely on the line with Thomas and Noah there.
Nice. Well, at least he was not Don Cobb. So
shout out Don Cobb.
Don Cobb is the ongoing villain of the podcast. I feel like
not really ongoing anymore. It was just that.
Oh yeah. Well, he in my mind he is the ongoing villain.
He's our arch nemesis forever from now on. But yeah. So movie news. I didn't get a chance to look for any movie news this morning. Did anyone? Sebastian,
yes.
You have something? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have a lot. A lot of great stuff. So I have a really incredible article here titled "Ludacris Reflects on Last Minute Too Fast, Too Furious Audition." Initially playing himself to a degree, and he ended up getting the role, which is just incredible. He just last minute. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna go try out for this Fast and Furious movie, and now he's the greatest character. I'm just kidding. I don't like his character in the movies, but Anyway, we got a Muppets Haunted Mansion movie coming out. Just got announced today. Cool, I guess. I don't know what that's about, but all right. So I guess we're gonna have another try at Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion, just this time with the Muppets. So. Shout out Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion.
Wait, is that actually what it's gonna be?
No. I'm just saying this is only the second time they've done a Haunted Mansion anything movie or so I mean it's interesting. Other than that, we got some posters for the Green Knight, A24's movie, which looks pretty interesting. It looks weird. The posters for it look very bizarre. I don't really know.
You want to screen share? You want to screen share?
Yeah, screen share. I'll screen share these real quick. It's very interesting. Let's do this real quick. Alrighty, sharing the screen. I am screen sharing. Alrighty, we got these posters right here. Very weird looking. Very strange. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Is that the Green Knight? Because it looks like a.
I don't know.
Looks like a tree or something, like Groot or something. And you got I don't know. These character posters are very weird, very strange. It's made me very interested in this movie, I shall say.
Yeah,
so
interesting. Yeah,
interested.
Huh.
Anyway, so that looks pretty interesting. Anyway, Green Knight. Then there's some In the Heights posters, and there's a lot of this is a lot of posters actually. Also, Shudder is getting a lost George A. Romero film called The Amusement Park. I don't know how fully complete this movie is, but it's getting put on Shudder. Just thought that was worth mentioning too. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but it's just a completely lost movie that they're putting on there. It was I think probably one of our first 20 episodes, we talked about The Bear 2 or whatever the hell that movie was called, which had Charlie Sheen.
Grizzly 2.
Yeah, Grizzly 2. Yeah. and which was like just a lost movie that they found. So it's kind of the same vein as that. Pretty cool. And that's pretty much all I got because nothing this week has been quite interesting. We have like there was a new Quiet Place trailer. I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but
Neither did I.
I still want to see.
I mean, I'm still gonna see it, but like I don't want to watch it just because I think I've seen that damn trailer. We've talked about this. I've seen that trailer at least like 20 times at this point. So I think
this
I
is
know
the
what
new
I'm
trailer
going
though.
into. I don't even want to watch the new trailer. I'll just go see the movie. So anyway, sick stuff. And that's all I got.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll move on to what we watched. I will start this off with Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. We finished up our preparation for F9, our Fast and Furious marathon, with this movie. And Sebastian, did you ever get a chance to finish it?
I did finish it. I finished it that night, actually.
Okay.
But I don't remember watching it.
You don't remember watching it. But yeah, it's so this is the first Fast and Furious movie I ever saw. Back in 2019 when it came out, my roommate Logan was like, yo, dude, I want to go see this movie. And I was like, you know what? Okay, whatever. I haven't seen any of the movies, but we'll go watch it. And seeing it now with like context of the other movies, because there is, of course, connections and stuff. It, I guess, makes more sense, but it's still really dumb and not as enjoyable, obviously, on my living room TV as it was to see it in, IMAX. It's very...
Wait, you saw it in IMAX, Collin?
I saw it in IMAX. Hey, I had the free tickets.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know. That's the only reason I saw a lot of shit in IMAX.
Exactly. Yeah, you got if it's in IMAX, you go see it in IMAX. But it's really long. Like, this is, I think, one of the longer Fast and Furious films. And the majority of the time spent is just Jason Statham and The Rock yelling at each other, which is kind of funny, I guess, but it becomes very tiresome after a while. The jokes are pretty bad. The whole, like, Black Superman angle with Idris Elba's character is just ridiculous. They really go all out in this movie. It might be one of the craziest because like the action sequences, as cool as they are just absolutely insane, off the wall, crazy, especially that finale. But yeah, I mean, it's not very good, but I guess there are some fun elements. I decided to watch this movie. It recently got added to HBO Max. I've been wanting to watch this for a long time now. It's a Belgian film called Man Bites Dog. And
Man Bites Dog. What a compelling title.
Yeah, so it's interesting because it's a mockumentary about this small film crew who decides to make a documentary about a serial killer. And they just kind of follow him around, record his daily routine. And he starts to like teach them the ways of how to be a serial killer. It's part satire, part like...
That sounds, I'm not going to lie, Collin, that title is really stupid, but I actually kind of want to watch this movie just because that sounds interesting.
It's interesting. It is really interesting. And mainly because of how it's framed and how the story is told. I don't think it got there all the way for me. But the lead performance, I don't know the actor's name, Benoit something, really good. Like he's very charismatic in his role, but also very menacing because he'll switch from that sort of charismatic guy to like cold-blooded killer really, really easily. It doesn't quite hit the more comedic moments for me, but it is a really interesting movie. I'd recommend it just because it's unlike any movie I'd ever seen. And it's very low budget and the kills and such are quite effective. But yeah, I found the story kind of lacking though. After that, I decided to rewatch Open Season. Saw it was on Netflix. And, Open Season, that was a childhood classic of mine. I honestly didn't even realize there are 3 sequels. Do you guys know there are 3 sequels to Open Season?
Could not have told you that.
What?
It's more than Madagascar.
There's
Okay.
3?
There's open season 2, open season 3, and then open season Scared Silly.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
I knew there was a sequel. I didn't know there were 2 others.
Wait, what company made them?
Sony Animation.
So they probably went straight to DVD after the first one.
Apparently,
Almost
I mean,
certainly.
maybe because both Ashton Kutcher and Martin Lawrence did not return for even the first sequel.
That's probably the case because I remember like as a kid seeing open season in the theater, and I probably would have ended up seeing the other ones in the theater, but I'm probably going to assume they went straight to DVD.
I'd imagine so, yeah.
Damn.
But honestly, open season, not too bad. I think it holds up pretty well. Animation is a little wonky looking at it now, but and this may be some nostalgia speaking, but I kind of enjoyed it. It's still pretty funny. I think Martin Lawrence and Ashton Kutcher are pretty good in their roles. The story's simple and predictable, but it's whatever. It's a family movie, kids movie. So I don't know. Still don't really understand why the squirrels are Scottish, but they're funny. The animals and characters are funny. And so, yeah, lots of memories rewatching this. Open season. I watched a DVD feature short film with open season afterwards, which is really dumb. But yeah, we'll forget about that. After that, I watched a film called The Wiener Dog on Amazon Prime. And this was a weird movie. I was expecting a nice little, cozy short movie about a wiener dog and how, it's a wiener dog and nice and stuff. It's supposed to be like an anthology about how this wiener dog changes the lives of these many characters. And this was a lot darker and bleak and morbid than I really thought it was. About midway through, I was like, what the heck is going on? And then I looked up who the director was, and his name is Todd Solondz. He was the guy who directed Happiness. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but it's supposed to be like, it's like really, really grim look at suburban life. And apparently that's like his style. That's his shtick. That's like all the movies he does, just really dark, like sort of black, comical looks at suburban life and stuff. And so it really threw me for a loop when I started this movie. And, we have like kid with cancer, dog almost dies, and themes of stuff like this. It's just crazy. There's a really good part with Danny DeVito. He plays a film school professor, and who is just depressed and wants to like blow up the school or something. It's crazy. It's just such a strange movie. It didn't really work for me, but I think that's just because I went in with wrong expectations, I guess. Weird movie though. It was really well made, like well shot though. I like the cinematography, and the edit was really nice as well. Performances were kind of 50-50 though. Some were good, some were bad. Like Kieran Culkin was in this, and he was kind of bad. But Greta Gerwig was pretty good. But anyway, after that, I watched The Car, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then yesterday, I watched a like sci-fi documentary short film on Tubi called Confessions of a Time Traveler, The Man from 3036. And this was so bad. It's essentially like propaganda, but I don't know like what side of propaganda it's leaning on. It was just so convoluted and contradictory, and everything that was like, you can tell they were being serious with this, but it comes off as extremely laughable and then ultimately very tiresome. It's just like, had this been like a joke and like a satire of sorts, I could have worked, but definitely wasn't, and it didn't work at all. Just weird. I don't even know what to say about this, but yeah, bad. And that was my week. There we go.
I'll go real quick. I'll make it.
Well, Sebastian, it was your pick. You got to go last.
Oh yeah, you're correct.
Go last, man.
I forgot it was even my pick for a second there.
Nice. Well, I mean, it wasn't even really yours. It was kind of a fate.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was
True.
it was fate. Fate decided the pick.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's I don't know, let's go through this quickly, I guess. Watch Cocktail, which is really bad. Honestly, pretty much every cruise movie I've seen before, like Mission Impossible, I've just like, no, like this is bad. I guess maybe Rain Man is like all right, but I don't know. Even that's not great. Yeah, Cocktail, I don't know, kind of like nightmarish aesthetic. Cruise isn't necessarily bad, but like the main like mentor person, Brian Brown, apparently, is like really bad and really like annoyingly written. In that they're trying to do like he's like wise and like cool and laid back, but he just comes off as really like not like a person and also just like annoying. Like he doesn't really have any inner life. It's bad. It's a bad movie.
Nice.
Watched Akira. It's great. I don't know. It's really affecting. Like I don't even know what to say. It's just a really well thought out, really well executed movie.
Really weird movie.
It is weird. Although maybe slightly less weird than I was expecting. I don't know. Although the way the narrative unfolds is certainly very unconventional. Like there's no like, so by the way, this is the main character. You just kind of like figure that out as you're watching.
Right.
Which I think is probably maybe not the most interesting part. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting parts, but I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. The Secret Life of Bees has Paul Bettany in it. Hey, did you know that? No, I didn't.
I didn't either.
Before I started watching, at least. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I read the book in high school. That wasn't necessarily the main reason I watched it. I don't know. Like it has Dakota Fanning, Queen Latifah, directed by the same person who did The Old Guard. So I guess that's kind of, I don't know, just kind of like a confluence of reasons. I was like, why not? And it's not awful. I mean, it's not even bad, really. But I don't know. Have I seen any other movies like this? Normally, this is the type of thing that I try to avoid. Just like sort of like, Deep South revelations centered around like a girl. Yeah, sounds great. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. And like in that sense, it doesn't really work. It more works as like, Queen Latifah's pretty great. Alicia Keys is surprisingly really good, and she's acted in like 2 other movies. So I found that kind of odd. She should act more, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Boy, Taika Waititi's first movie. Really liked it. Or is it his first? No, it's not his first. It's second movie. But yeah, pretty good. I mean, really similar to Hunt for the Wilder People, honestly. Except obviously, Hunt for the Wilder People is a little more high concept with the Sam Neill and everything. But anyway, it's pretty fun. Also, Taika Waititi gives like an actual performance, not like a comedic one. Although it is comedic, but it's maybe it's more comedic than dramatic, honestly. But it certainly is like dramatic, and I was like, wow, it's like really good in this, and which isn't that surprising, I guess. But just like every other performance is pretty much like purely comedic.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know, really strong and affecting, I guess. Similar to Hannah, honestly. Both of them are sort of like weird coming of age movies. I guess Boy is really a weird one, but Hannah certainly is. Directed by Joe Wright, starring Saoirse Ronan when she was like 15 or something. I don't know, 17 apparently, maybe 16. Anyway, I was honestly kind of expecting to go into it and be like, this really sucks, and that was not the case. I don't know. It's like a really interesting, kind of reminds me of like, I mean, I guess maybe this is even obvious, but like John Wick sort of, not necessarily in terms of choreography, but like a lot of the weird like lighting and what do you call it? Just like urban industrial, like that's not really a place I've ever been, but it's an interesting place to set like an action sequence,
Yeah.
Eric Bana is really good. Vicky Creeps is in it like only in flashbacks, and does she even have a line? She probably does, right? But afterwards, I was like, oh, that was Vicky Creeps. Weird. John Hollander, great as always. Shortcuts. All right, I'm gonna have to speed this up, aren't I? Shortcuts, really good. Abduction, pretty bad. Watch because it was John Singleton's last movie, and also it has Taylor Lautner. And after I watched it, I was like, Taylor Lautner's in like 14 movies. I could watch all of them. I'm probably not going to, though.
I think you should. Have a marathon, all back to back.
It's not even that. Yeah, it's not even that. I think. I mean, all of them are probably going to be bad. Like, I don't know. But I don't think it would be necessarily like torturous, especially because there aren't that many. I just like why? Like, okay, I'm gonna watch Cheaper by the Dozen 2 and Valentine's Day. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
You got grown-ups too in there though. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Young Frankenstein, which I think honestly works slightly better as like a dramatic narrative than a comedic one. Although the comedy is certainly not bad.
I love Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. Certainly a lot of funny moments. I don't know. I think I prefer Blazing Saddles slightly.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles is hilarious, but I don't know. My mom, like, again, my mom's like a fucking huge Young Frankenstein fan. That's like literally like one of her favorite movies. It's like Nightmare Before Christmas, Young Frankenstein. What's the other one? Rocky Horror. Those are like our top three right there. So, I mean, I love all of them very much. So,
yeah, I mean,
thanks,
pretty
Mom.
good. All of them are pretty good, including Young Frankenstein. Gene Wilder, hey, it's great.
Gene Wilder was just one of a kind talent. It's such a shame that he passed, man. God, he was so great.
Yeah. Multiple Maniacs. Why did I watch this again? I don't know. It's one of those sort of like it's super vulgar, intentionally, and it's great.
John Waters.
Yeah, John Waters certainly. It really. So this wasn't his first film, right? It was his second, I think. But it really probably more than any movie that I've watched just feels like people just being like, hey, do you want to make a movie? And then they're all like, sure. And then they raise like 20,000 or however much it was. I mean, a lot of it is like very clearly first take, but not in a bad way, like at all. It's great. Like even if you go to the fucking Letterboxd, what do you call it? Like the the wide picture, not the poster. It's very clearly it's very clearly just Divine talking to whoever it is, Mink Stoll, and you can tell that Mink Stoll is like on the verge of just laughing. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty fun.
Are you gonna watch? One second. Are you gonna watch? Have you seen Pink Flamingos?
No. So I watched Multiple Maniacs because it was on the Criterion Channel. I guess a lot of his other movies probably are streaming somewhere, right? But I think not the Criterion Channel. I mean, I do want to watch a lot of other. Oh wow, Pink Flamingos is not available anywhere apparently. So I guess that answers that. I mean, I can probably find it, obviously, but
sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do definitely have interest in John Waters. I mean, I did beforehand, and I definitely do now. So, is there any particular
interest in him too? But I just don't know if I would like any of his movies. You know what I mean?
You might not like it, but I think Multiple Maniacs, for one, you probably wouldn't like it, to be honest. But it's definitely not like an insane movie. I mean, it kind of is, but it's not like the weirdest thing I've ever seen by any means. It's more just like, I mean, I guess it is like shock value, basically. But I think in a really self-aware way, which makes it kind of fun. Okay. And also there's no like, I mean, they didn't have that much of a budget, so they couldn't do anything like super insane, you know? But yeah, I don't know, kind of fun, like I said. The Virgin Suicides, pretty great. I don't know.
Good movie.
I mean, yeah, it is. Probably Coppola's best, Sofia Coppola, although I haven't seen all of her movies. But I wouldn't be surprised if I watched the rest of them and I was like, yeah, Virgin Suicides is definitely her best. But what would I know? Nothing, I guess. Bulworth, which I just like randomly decided to watch at like 1 a.m. Like it was literally 1 and I was like, I'll watch Bulworth because I'm not tired for some reason. Maybe it was like 12:30, but either way. I don't know, man. It's great. Where's the what do you call it? Ironic reclamation of Bulworth, guys. I think we need to get on this. You know?
Yeah. Maybe you should pick it sometime.
I mean, I don't mean like between the four of us specifically. I mean between like our generation or just like people in general. I don't know. Warren Beatty. It's great. Great director. Destroyer. Another just like, I don't know. It's good, I guess. I mean, it is certainly good. Yeah?
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Was that all you were going to say?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a lot to say, honestly. Maybe a little disappointing, to be honest, but Kidman's pretty good. Pretty great. Sebastian Stan, weirdly, in it. Same Bradley Whitford, weirdly. Paprika, another Satoshi Kon movie. It's pretty great. It's nothing like it. I don't know.
That's the one I haven't seen. I want to see it, though.
Yeah, it's... I mean, obviously, I'm sure you've heard this, right? But it's a lot like Inception.
Yeah.
So, although it is certainly more abstract, so, like, I think you'd like it less than Inception, to be honest. Although I guess that's kind of, I don't know, obvious. Like, you know, knowing the difference between me and you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you have seen Millennium Actress, right? It's kind of similar in the way that, like, it doesn't fully explain what's happening. Although there are, like, a lot more clearly established rules in this, which I found kind of interesting. But again, it's still, like, super abstract. Maybe not super abstract. Not as abstract as, like, Akira. But, yeah. I mean, it's about dreams. I don't know. How concrete can it be, really?
Right.
But like I said, pretty good.
Where'd you watch
also,
it?
Like,
way?
I just rented it on
Okay.
YouTube. Yeah, because it's not streaming anywhere, it looks like. Although I'm sure it's on all those anime subscription services you can get.
Oh yeah, probably.
I feel like I was going to say something else, but now I cannot.
I'm sorry.
Oh, right. It also, no, it's totally fine. It has like a weird, like 2006, sort of that weird, like mix between CGI and like traditional animation, which I think really works for like, I mean, just the effect that it's going for. Like, this is disorienting, and a lot of scenes look not like other scenes. Not like in a way like it clearly switches from like CGI back to hand-drawn animation, back to CGI. It's just like, it doesn't really look like any other movie that I've seen. Certainly not animated movie. Yeah, Barking Dogs Never Bites. I don't really know what that is, to be honest. Like, it's not really a satire in the way that most of his other movies are, but certainly not bad. I don't know. I enjoyed it. And is it short? How short is it? It is 110 minutes. Okay, so it's not that short, actually. But I guess it felt pretty short. It certainly feels like a debut, too. I don't know. If you like Bong Joon-ho, you'll like it. If you don't, then you won't. There's not really a lot to say about it. Although I guess it is like a violence against animals type thing. So, you know, obviously stay away from it if you don't like that. Support the Girls. Pretty fun, short service industry empathy thingy. I don't know. Really running out of steam here. And then I decided to rewatch Jackie Brown. I don't know why. Just because I was in the mood for Tarantino, I guess.
It's an oddball Tarantino pick, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. Rewatching it, I was like, so this is like his best movie, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe Inglourious Basterds, if I rewatch that.
That's my what I think is his best movie.
Inglourious Basterds?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bastards, I think as a whole is his best movie, but I think his I think his best script is Pulp Fiction. That's just where I stand.
Possibly true.
Yeah, because I think Inglourious Basterds as a whole is just like his best made movie. Everything is like fantastic. Jackie Brown I like a lot as well. I don't understand. I don't understand why it doesn't get talked about enough. Like, I think it's pretty great.
Because it came right after Pulp Fiction. That's why.
I mean,
that's probably why. Yeah, to be honest.
But it
does in a lot of ways feel like a rehash of a Pulp Fiction, only on like the surface level though. Like, if you look at all of his movies, like those two are the most sort of similar to each other, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. There's also like, it feels sort of like the least Tarantino-y, but it still is definitely like a Tarantino movie. Like, there's a lot of you know, cursing and weed, and there is even like a bunch of non-linear sort of cutting and stuff.
Yeah,
but
I think this was the only like film he directed that he adapted, because this was based on books.
Yeah.
Is that true? I wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But I think it's actually based on a true story. Correct me if I'm wrong, too. I'm pretty sure that's not the actual thing, but I'm pretty sure the book was based on loose events like this.
Yeah, I think the book was
really did do
inspired
that.
by a true story, something
Probably.
like that.
Yeah,
So-
because like this flight attendant really did smuggle coke and shit on. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that unusual of a story,
No.
or that crazy of a story, I guess.
But anyway, Jackie Brown, good.
Yeah, I don't know. And also, weirdly, like the feeling I had rewatching it, like it is technically a long movie. It's like 150 minutes long, but it feels like a short, especially for Tarantino. Like a lot of his movies, like Pulp Fiction and Inglourious, obviously feel like long movies. Not necessarily in a bad way, but you know.
Do you think
I don't know this.
those feel longer? Or-
I think so. Yeah, I do actually. And obviously, Once Upon a Time feels super long.
Yeah.
Maybe not
Agree
Pulp
with that.
Fiction. I don't know. I think the like sort of structuring of Inglourious Bastards with like the different chapters and everything maybe makes it feel a little longer.
Okay, that's fair.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you've seen the Hateful Eight extended cut,
I have
but
not.
holy hell, yeah!
Well,
I mean,
okay, yeah.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I love everything fucking Tarantino does. I'm just a generic film student, I guess. But his there's a 4-hour cut on Netflix
Yeah.
that's separated into episodes, and I highly recommend watching it because it makes the entire movie way better because you get so much time with the characters, and then all the shit goes down. It just feels like that's how it should have been, and that's exactly how it should have been. But they made him release it like in a film version. So
Yeah,
rip.
sure.
And then I'm waiting because Bounty Law, apparently he's making that into an actual TV show as well.
Is he like actually though, or was that something that he just like said
No,
like in
no.
the fucking award season?
He legit has like 10 episodes written. Like he
I mean, I believe that.
yeah, back in January 2020,
Okay,
Tarantino will write and direct 5 episodes. And I have not heard a word since. And then there was the book. There was the paperback book. I think that literally just came out like a week or two ago. Let me look at that real quick. Well, now we're on a Tarantino thing. There was like a book that he's coming out with. Yeah. So it's his. It's like it's the book version, but he wrote it. So he wrote Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but like in like a book form, and like it's 400 pages or something. It just came out like a week ago. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably end up reading it, but it's like he wrote it, and it's like it's not the screenplay though. It's like just a book about I guess the movie or something. I don't know. I'll read it.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I had to say about Jackie Brown, I guess, is just like rewatching it. Like, these are 6 of like his best performances like ever that he's gotten to direct. Like the only one that I think even comes close is Michael Fassbender in Inglourious Bastards. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just something about Jackie Brown. Just really, I was like, wow, yeah, it's maybe his masterpiece. And then I watched The Car. That's it. So.
After our short little break here, took some time and read about this Tarantino book real fast. Basically, it's his first ever novel that he's written, and it's going to take place during the movie and after the movie, and it's going to be like just like more character development if you want to read about it, just because why not? So the one about Charles Manson seems pretty funny. It says the ex-cons got a bunch of zoinked out hippies thinking he's their spiritual leader, but he traded all to be a rock and roll star. I don't know. So that sounds funny. And then he has another book. It's a 2-book deal. So he's writing another book about a deep dive into 70s movies. So cool. So probably giving his insight. So giving his insight on like his opinions on 70s movies or something. So anyway, and we were talking about dreams earlier. I thought I'd mention this because this is kind of interesting. So we were talking about Inception, and I was watching this episode about the thing I watch on YouTube about Eternal Sunshine, and then literally as I got on Reddit that day on May 7th, which is today, so this must have been early this morning or something. Humans. I'll just share the screen because it's quite interesting. Just check this out. Host disabled participants.
1 second. I had to. Okay, yeah. It's activated.
Check this out. So Humans could erase unhappy memories with the groundbreaking new neurotechnology. So literally Eternal Sunshine IRL. And DECNEF was created for the treatment of PTSD. Basically, this technology could be really bad. So literally the Eternal Sunshine technology is coming true. And that's how it works. Very weird, very strange. Thought I'd mention that because it's just kind of weird how like a lot of like movie stuff comes to life, like the Star Trek phase or the Star Trek. I mean, I don't know, just interesting. Kind of mind fucked me a little bit because it was just so weird. Anyway, movies I watched this week. Didn't watch too much. Gotta be honest. I've been watching more TV shows and reading than I have been watching movies lately. It's been weird. I did see Scott Pilgrim in Dolby 4K restoration rescreening. I thought it was excellent. It had been a long time since I had saw Scott Pilgrim, so that was pretty cool. I also watched Seven Samurai this week. I'm going through a God damn it, what's the director's name? I can't pronounce it.
Kurosawa.
Yeah, I'm going through his filmography because it's about time I finally started watching his movies. I've been wanting to for a very long time. And yeah, the movie was fucking excellent. I thought it was, I would say it's a masterpiece. It was, it was
controversial.
Well, not really. I mean,
He was joking. He was joking.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, I don't really know what to say about it other than that. It's just fantastic. The editing, the cinematography was beautiful. Yeah, I didn't even realize that 3 hours had went by. I was just watching it and it just flew by. And that made me want to just watch the rest of his movies because I thought it was just that good. So I was like, all right, cool. So shout out that. Anyway, also, I thought this was worth mentioning. The Letterboxd top 250 narrative feature films are really weird. Like Parasite's at number 1.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. It's pretty odd. Number 1 best. I don't know. It's very odd for me. Anyway, I don't know. There's some movies on here that I'm just like why is this so high up? Like Into the Spider-Verse 16 above Dark Knight, above Good, Bad, and the Ugly, Empire Strikes Back, Schindler's List, There Will Be Blood. I don't know if I agree with that.
Well,
and then
what are you gonna do?
I know exactly, but and then the more I think about it, honestly, if The Dark Knight wasn't a Batman movie, no one would give a shit about it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, worth mentioning, just because I looked at it and I was like, why the fuck is like this movie here? So anyway, yeah. And then I watched the only other things I've really done this week in terms of, I guess, stuff is I watched the new Star Wars series, Bad Batch. The first episode was basically a movie. It was 70, 80 minutes long. Incredible. Thought it was great. Give some more insight into Order 66 and the clones and how the clones felt about being brainwashed. So it gives you an insight into how the clones were at that time. Very interesting, very thought-provoking. I thought it was a really great start to 13 episodes. It's basically Clone Wars 2. So more Clone Wars content is welcomed in this household. So I thought that was great stuff. Star Wars Day was great. I ended up watching New Hope and Empire, and then I watched Revenge of the Sith on the 5th. So yeah, Star Wars, I'm not going to log those because I mean I've seen Star Wars a fucking million times, so there's no point. But
why not?
Because it's, dude, I've watched Star Wars like 250 times. If I was to literally log every single time I've watched Star Wars, it would get annoying. Like, be like, oh, watch like A New Hope again today.
I think it'd be kind of funny.
Well, because I watch them. I watch them all the time. Like I'll throw it on in the background when I'm like trying to go to bed or something. But so yeah, had a good time with my favorite holiday, May the 4th. So yeah, and then I watched Car, which was a roulette pick from me on the Mr. Tobias Anderson's random movie roulette list on Letterboxd. And let me tell you, It was actually way better than I expected it to be. I thought this movie was gonna be fucking awful because I like Christine a lot, and I think Christine kind of started the car movies because there's a lot of them actually. There's a lot of random car movies that about killer cars, really off B movies, but it was all because of Christine, and Christine is great.
Or was it from the car, perhaps?
No, Christine was written before the car.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I know my Stephen King. Anyway, Christine, love Christine, and the car, pretty good. I liked it. There's a lot of really cool, like little like practical effects and stuff like that. I thought the editing and everything was fine. Acting was fine. The movie is just goofy as shit, honestly. Like, I mean, but it also took itself kind of seriously at the same time, kind of. I don't know. It just again reminded me a lot of Christine, but it was like it's just different setting, had different characters obviously, but it was very much like Christine. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. I thought it was a fun time. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed watching it. I thought it was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. It was better than what I expected. It's solid B movie.
Pure B movie.
B movie. Hey, that's my pick, guys. Spoilers. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the opening credits were like surprisingly effective in like creating a mood. And then that just shot of it like driving with the dust falling up. I really liked the setting and how it utilized the landscapes. And then of course like the dirt roads and all, just a small town. I liked that aspect. And
the car
really looked cool.
Yeah.
I just liked how like kind of goofy, but also like menacing the car looked. And that stunt driver had to have been having the time of his life. Even though,
for sure.
I bet everyone was having a blast on this set. But yeah, the action was fun enough. Some of the editing and special effects were a little, dated, but what are you going to do? It's a B movie after all. I liked the finale. My favorite scene was definitely the house where it jumps through the house and kills.
Oh, dude, that was insane. That was
I was literally like, oh no, holy cow. And then the finale was pretty fun too, with like the blowing up of the cliff, and then the demonic like fire plume it had. That was kind of cool too. It had some fun moments.
Not bad for a roulette pick.
Yeah, not at all. There were some stupid moments, or like I felt like the movie was kind of too long. There were like moments where I didn't really like. They actually surprisingly did a decent job at, I think, giving character, to some of the characters and storyline. But like also there was, I think they were trying too much. Like the guy, the abusive husband or stuff. I was like, why is this here? Yeah. Or like the alcoholism one of the police officers had. I don't know, just felt like that stuff was unnecessary. We didn't even need to know about it. But yeah, I thought it was all right. Not a bad pick at all. And I really liked the score. The score was actually surprisingly good at creating that tone. And the sound design too. Yeah. Yeah, the engine and the honking, the horn. I thought it was really effective. Yeah. Had some good tension in certain scenes. I was actually like invested in some scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all were, honestly. Well, I don't know where Sebastian went. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a lot to say, honestly. Oh, good, he's back. Other than what you already said. I mean, I liked it fine. Obviously not like a great movie or anything.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a good movie, but it was a fun movie. And it was a fun time.
Josh Brolin's dad was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked whatever her name was, the actress who played Lauren. She was pretty good. But yeah, Sebastian, what do you think? Because Noah and I were talking about like the sound design, both the score and like the engine and the horn. It all like worked together to make it pretty intense. And
no, yeah, like legitimately, I don't know. I was expecting this movie to be pretty shit, honestly, because I mean it sounds ridiculous, but I don't know. It was it kind of surprised me, and actually like how kind of I'm not going to say it was like really well made, but like it was very competent and it knew like what it wanted to be. And I thought the score and everything was actually kind of fucking eerie at points. It kind of got me a little bit. I was like, that's interesting because the way they mixed everything. Definitely like, this is like, as dumb as this is like the type of shit I want to end up making one day. Just like really stupid, like just dumb horror movies that just really self-aware and fun. It's kind of like what I want to go for. But like, so yeah, I'm actually not mad I watched this movie. Kind of, I don't know. I definitely need to watch it at some point. I'm surprised I haven't heard of it. So yeah, The Car, pretty sick movie. It's not great.
If there's one thing that I wish we had gotten more of, I just kind of wanted some like lore or like origin to the car.
Yeah, dude. Imagine if like there was like, but then at that point they probably would have just been like, guys, the only thing we can think of is Christine. So let's not do that. Let's just have the car drive around and kill people.
I guess so. Yeah. I feel like they had some potential maybe with like.
Well, hey,
Indian woman.
There is The Car too.
Oh, true. Yeah. Right. Now,
about that.
Now, maybe that's like the origin story. The origin
of Car 30 years later, getting a sequel.
It's like 50 years later, something like that.
Or whatever. But yeah, like 50, a decade, like decades later, gets a sequel. Finally, to give the origin of the car.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, The Car, not bad. I like the cinematography. It's completely put together. Sound design good, score good. The acting was all right. Dialogue was okay. Had some moments. Definitely had some moments.
Some moments.
Yeah.
We didn't hate it.
Didn't hate it.
For a roulette pick, I was expecting it to be dog shit, and it was actually. I came out of it and I was like, you know what? Thank you, Letterboxd Roulette. That was not bad. So out of 8,000 movies, that is the one we got. just to throw that at you. I mean, out of 8,000, like 700 movies, that's the one we got, and it wasn't dog shit. So I think we all can come out of that and go, wow, the luck was in our favor.
I'm just glad I didn't hate it because I ended up paying like $4 for it.
Yeah, and also it could have been, at least we didn't get like Freddy Got Fingered or something like that,
Well, hey, you never know. That could be a masterpiece. You never know.
I need to watch it.
Yeah. Over here laughing, Sebastian.
So while I was gone for a minute, I bought my friend a record, and he's been working, so I didn't have time. So he came by, and I had to run out real quick, and I gave it to him.
Oh, nice.
So, and then I came back real quick, and I was like, hey man, I can't talk. I'm doing the show. And he's like, okay. And he's one of our loyal viewers. So shout out Garrett, who listens to the show.
Thank you, Garrett.
Doesn't comment, but he's there. He listens. Nice. So shout out Garrett.
All right. So did we want to give scores for The Car? Or
I'm giving it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I would also give it a 3 out of 5.
And I too would give it a 3 out of 5. So
look at that.
That's a 6 out of 10. Yep. I feel like if Thomas was here, he'd be the one to ruin the streak. He wouldn't give it a 6 out of 10 or 3 out of 5.
He probably would have given it he probably would have shit on this movie and said it was like the worst thing he's ever seen.
I don't think he would have called it bad,
Actually, honestly, if I was to be honest, I don't think he would have. I think he probably would have agreed. He would have been like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I probably would have thought
that's where we're all at. None of us are saying it's great. We're just saying it's fine. It's a good time.
The Car.
The Car.
Yeah, that's The Car. The Car.
So shout out again. I think we'll leave a little link in the description. I think probably for every pick I do going forward, I'm going to do a random roulette pick on the Letterboxd wheel because it's just too fun because you could pick any. We could get anything. I could get a pile of shit. I could get an incredible film. It could just be anything because I don't have any. I don't have a movie brain like Collin yet to just be like, have you guys seen this really obscure French new wave cinema film right here or something like that?
I probably wouldn't pick a.
Well,
absolutely brutal.
You get what I mean. So Russian roulette picks is the way to go.
All right, fair enough. So it is my pick, I believe, for this week.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh boy, it's the B movie, guys. All right.
It is
Buckle up.
not. It is not a B movie. You know, maybe for the 50th episode, I'll pick a B movie.
That'd be
Finally.
incredible.
Yeah. So I already have a pick lined up. However, going off of what Sebastian was saying, I just kind of want to go and shuffle my watch list and see what would have come up if I were to pick something random. So I'm gonna go to my watch list right now, shuffle, and Spirited Away would have been, the movie.
Pretty good pick. Yeah.
Had I had done this, but I have a movie lined up, and it is a film I saw a few years ago. I think back 2018. And I've been wanting to watch it ever since. It's a 2013 low-budget sci-fi film called Coherence.
Oh,
And
okay.
I really liked it when I first saw it. Have either of you guys seen it?
Yes, I have.
Wait, what's it called?
You have seen it.
Coherence.
Coherence.
No.
It's I remember really liking it, and I'd like to revisit it. So, yeah, Coherence. That's going to be the pick.
All right. That sounds sick.
Yeah, I liked it too. So
When did you see it, Noah?
29. I just Letterboxd totally just froze on me for a second. So I don't know. I think it was last year or 2019 or something like that. Not that long.
Gotcha.
Was,
Not when you were already on the podcast, was it? Or
no, November 5th, 2019. Apparently.
gotcha. Okay. So yeah, a while ago.
So yeah.
All right. Cool. So I think that's going to wrap up the 46th episode of the Post Pro podcast. We talked about the car. Next time we're going to be talking about Coherence, and Thomas will be back. All right.
Hopefully, yeah.
Signing off.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Farewell.